Hello students, in today's class we will be starting with chapter photosynthesis. So let us talk about what is the process of photosynthesis. It is a process by which green plants make their own food, which is glucose, from carbon dioxide and water by using sunlight in the presence of chlorophyll. So this is a diagram showing the process of photosynthesis in which the green leaf of the plant is performing photosynthesis in the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, as well as chlorophyll, which is present in the green leaf, to produce glucose as a product, as well as they release oxygen during this process. Plants use sunlight to turn the water and carbon dioxide into glucose, and glucose is a kind of sugar which is being prepared by the process of photosynthesis. Plants use glucose as food for energy and as a building block for growing. Autotrophs. Autotrophs are those organisms which make their own food. So all the green plants are coming in the category of autotrophs. Autotrophs prepare their food by photosynthesis and they prepare glucose, they make glucose. While heterotrophs, the organism which depend on other organism for food, so these heterotrophs are the consumers of this glucose prepared by autotrophs. We can also define the process of photosynthesis as a process in which organic molecule like glucose is prepared out of the inorganic material like carbon dioxide and water. We can say that photosynthesis helps in the growth of plants and the producers. So producers begin all the food chain or food web. Thus, all the life is supported by this process. Photosynthesis also helps in releasing the oxygen gas. Energy, it also provides energy for life on earth. For all life on earth ultimately comes from this process of photosynthesis. Now let us talk about the importance of photosynthesis. Just now we discussed that photosynthesis helps in preparing the organic molecule, that is glucose, from the inorganic material like carbon dioxide and water. It begins all the food chain or food web. What is a food chain or food web? It is a process in which transfer of energy takes place from one organism to another. Like the transfer of energy takes place from producers to the consumers. Producers prepare their food in the presence of sunlight by the process of photosynthesis, and the consumers consume them, eat them up, and get this energy in the form of glucose from them. This life is supported by this process. This process of photosynthesis also makes oxygen gas. So the first importance of photosynthesis is that it helps in the production of organic food from inorganic raw material like carbon dioxide and water. All the organisms are dependent on this organic food. The plants which manufacture the food are called producers, while the others which are directly or indirectly dependent on the plants for food are called consumers. Photosynthesis helps in conversion of solar energy into chemical energy, and the whole world uses this chemical energy for all the functions. Photosynthesis also helps in providing food to different parts of the plant, and we can also say that the products which we are obtaining, which we are using as fuel, like wood, coal, petroleum, and natural gas, these are also obtained from the plant. So hence photosynthesis is also contributing in providing us these substances, these products which are used as fuel by us. The process of photosynthesis uses up carbon dioxide and helps in maintaining the concentration of CO2 gas in the environment. As you all know, the CO2 gas concentration, if it is increased in excess, it may lead to greenhouse effect and hence causing global warming. Photosynthesis also releases the oxygen gas which supports the life and helps in the process of combustion. And it is considered to be the only process which releases oxygen into the atmosphere. There are certain other products which are also produced by the process of photosynthesis. These products are timber oil, fibers, drugs, resins, rubber, etc. This is the chemical equation representing the process of photosynthesis. A complete balanced equation representing the process of photosynthesis, in which 6 molecules of CO2 combines with 6 molecules of water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to produce molecule of glucose and 6 molecules of oxygen. Now we move on to the essential raw materials required for the process of photosynthesis. These raw materials are carbon dioxide, light, water, and chlorophyll. Firstly, let us talk about carbon dioxide. The main source of CO2 for the land plant is in the atmosphere, which contains 0.03 to 0.04% of CO2. During the daytime, when the light intensity is very high, the rate of CO2 consumption is also very high for the process of photosynthesis. And if we compare the rate of CO2 consumption for photosynthesis to that of CO2 gas liberated by respiration, then the rate of CO2 consumption for photosynthesis will be higher as compared to that of CO2 gas liberated by respiration. But during the morning and the evening time, the light intensity is very low. So the CO2 which is being produced, which is being used up during the process of photosynthesis, is equal to the CO2 which is liberated by respiration. So this stage is known as compensation point, as there is no exchange of CO2 between the environment and the plants. Now we move on to another raw material, light. Light is a source of energy for the process of photosynthesis. Light is visible part of electromagnetic radiation and has a wavelength of 390 to 760 nanometers. The photosynthetically active radiations are 400 to 700 nanometer. The natural source of light is sun, but artificial light can also provide energy to the plants for photosynthesis. Plants absorb light mostly in violet blue and red parts of light. Violet blue light carries more energy as compared to red light. Plants growing under the shade receive mostly green and some violet light. They have lower rates of photosynthesis. While the light the plants which are receiving red part of the light have higher rate of photosynthesis. Light has two functions. First one is photolysis of water, means splitting up of water molecule, and next one is excitation of chlorophyll to emit the electrons. So photolysis of water produces oxygen, proton, and electron. These electron and protons help in producing ATP and NADPH2. This process of photolysis and excitation of chlorophyll we'll be studying when we'll be studying the entire phenomenon of photosynthesis. Now we move on to another raw material, which is water. Land plants absorb water from the soil through their roots. The absorbed water is transported to the photosynthetic areas of xylem, and minerals are also transported along with this water. They are used in the synthesis of different organic substances like sulfur in protein, phosphorus in nucleic acid, magnesium in chlorophyll, etc. 99% of this absorbed water is lost through transpiration, and only a small quantity of this water is used in photosynthesis as hydrogen donor. For this, water splits up with the help of light energy. The splitting up of water molecule is known as photolysis of water, and during this process oxygen is being evolved. Another product is chlorophyll. The green color pigment which a plant possesses for the absorption of light is known as chlorophyll. The green color dots shown over here on the leaves are showing the cell organelle known as chloroplast, and this chloroplast contain the pigment chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is absorbed and conserved into light energy. It takes part in the conversion of light energy, and there are three types of photosynthetic pigments. First one is green chlorophyll, orange color carotenes, and the yellow color xanthophytes. But the chlorophyll is considered to be the primary photosynthetic pigments. Other pigments also absorb light energy of various wavelength, and they hand the energy to the chlorophyll. This is an image showing the chlorophyll present in the leaf. This is a diagram showing the cross section of the leaf. You can see that in the epidermis region there is no chloroplast present, but in the mesophyll cells a chloroplast is being shown. So the mesophyll cell contains the chloroplast, and this is the entire structure of chloroplast being shown over here. So let us now study the internal view of the chloroplast. So a chloroplast consists of two membranes, one outer membrane and one inner membrane. Both of these membranes provide protection to the chloroplast. Inner membrane consists of inner matrix, which is known as stroma, as well as it also contains the coin-like structure which is known as thylakoid. These coin-like structure are stacked one over the another, and they form a group. A stack of these thylakoid is known as grana. So when these thylakoids are stacked one over the another, they form grana. And these thylakoids, similarly, there are many of the grana present in the inner surface. So these grana, the thylakoids present in these grana are being attached with one another with the help of stromal lamella or fret. They are attached with stromal lamella or fret. So if the question arises, what is the function of fret? So we can say the thylakoid of the grana are attached with the help of fret in the inner surface of the chloroplast. So a chloroplast consists of two membranes which provide protection to it, as well as the inner matrix known as stroma. It also consists of coin-like structure called thylakoid, These thylakoids are stacked one over the another and form a structure known as grana. There are many grana present in the inner surface of the chloroplast, and these thylakoids of these grana are linked with one another by stromal lamella or fret. Chloroplast is a site of photosynthesis, and this photosynthesis occurs in chloroplast, which is the cell organelle present in the plants. All the green plants have chloroplast and carry out photosynthesis. Leaves have the most of the chloroplast. The green color comes from this chlorophyll present in the chloroplast. This chlorophyll pigment absorbs the light energy. In most of the plants, photosynthesis occurs primarily in the leaves in the chloroplast. So, a chloroplast consists of stroma, which is a fluid matrix, and the grana, which is the stack of thylakoids. Thylakoids contain chlorophyll. So, chlorophyll is present in the thylakoid region, and this chlorophyll is a green pigment that captures the light for photosynthesis. This is again the structure showing the cross section of the leaf, and this chloroplast is present in the mesophyll cell of the leaf, and this is the microscopic view of the chloroplast showing the structure of grana and the stroma. And here is the complete internal view of chloroplast. Chloroplast pigments. Chloroplast pigments are chlorophyll A and B, which play a major role in absorption of light energy, while there is an orange color pigment present in the chloroplast known as carotenoid. Thank you.